So hey guys, welcome to the stream. And in today's stream, we are going to model a car in Blender. So currently, I'm in Blender right now, and I'll just create a new file and delete all of these. So right now, this is the first day of starting the stream, and I am going to model the car which I'll be showing you right now. But before that, I just want to save this file somewhere like in cars. So I'll be saving this file over here, and this is the blend file. So I'll be just I'm going to put the reference into this 3D viewport. So for that, I'm going to go on the orthographic projection, and by clicking on one, um, okay. So I'm going to click on Shift A, and in image, I'm going to put the reference, and this is the car which I'm going to model. So this is the blueprint of it. I don't know why it's too small. I think I need to scale it up. Or I can keep it the way it was. So yes, it is kind of blurry, whatever. So this is the image and I don't know what is this over there. So I'll just try to delete it, and in image from reference, instead of reference, I'm going to bring the image from the background section. And I think that blueprints kind of thing are not here right now. So this is the car we are going to model, and likewise I'm going to press Shift D, and by clicking on X I'm going to assign it. After that I'm going to click on it, and this is the front part which is going to be there in front. This is the side part, so this will be visible over by clicking on 3. So I'll just rotate it on Z axis at 90. So now when I'm clicking on 3, I'm able to see the side part of the car, and by clicking 1, I'm able to see this part. Now likewise, I'm going to introduce two more copy of this blueprint, and by clicking on Z, I'm going to move it downwards. Now rotating it on X axis to 90. Now when I'll click on 7, I think it's reversed, so I'll just click it and rotate it on the X axis 180 degree. So when I'll be clicking on 7, I'm able to see this image. By clicking on 3, this one, and by clicking on 1, I'm able to see this image. Now there is one more image required. By clicking on Control 1, I will be coming to the back side of the front one. So this one is the front, and to be able to see this last one, like the back side one, I'm pressing Control 1, and to come in front, I'm pressing 1 in the numpad. So just take it, and by Shift D, Um, Click on right one, like right click in it, so it will be back to its place where it was, the duplicate copy. Now click on 7 and just drag it by clicking on G first and then Y axis by clicking Y. And now you can see by clicking on 1, you can see the front one. By 7, you can see the top one. Like this is the front one, this is the top one, right? So it needs to be rotated on Z axis by 90 degree. And now it's facing on the front direction like this one. And because this is going to be our backside, so this is where we are going to take it reference of. And by clicking on control 1, I think its face is on the same side, so we'll just click on it and R to rotate. Then by clicking on Z axis 180 degree, and it is over there. So 1 is for the front, 7 is for the top, 3 in the numpad is for the side, and control 1 is for the back side. Right now what I'm going to do is in the center. So because this one isn't there in the center, I'm just going to select it and clicking on G. I am able to move it, and by clicking on Y, I will assign it to the Y axis behind this one. So now we are left with this origin space. This is the 3D cursor. So what I'm going to do right now is by clicking on Shift A, I'm going to introduce a mesh that is cube. So this cube is over here, and I'm just going to press Alt Z to make its X-ray view. We can also do it by going over here. So you can see toggle X-ray can also be accessed by clicking on the shortcut Alt Z. So when you click on it, you can get it. Otherwise, you can click on Alt Z. So as I told that by clicking 1 on the numpad, I'm able to see this. But what I'm going to do is before that, I'm going to just select this cube and grab it and move it to the Z axis until and unless I'm able to make its bottom right there into the X axis. So I think it is over there, just a little bit. So it's there. And now I'll be clicking on this front one. And because this is what we are going to use, I'm just clicking on G, Z axis, and I'll move it in the same way how I moved the cube. So you can see the tires are touching to the x-axis, and now rest thing is just to slide it by clicking like clicking G to grab, and X to move it aside. Now you can see that this 3D cursor line, this zero line, will represent the center of the car. And over here we can see that it already is there. The number of caps with which we are left is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and here is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yes, it is already in the center. So here 1, 2, 3, 4. So it just needs to be a bit on the negative x-axis, like click on G to grab and x-axis and move it aside a little bit. So just make it into the center. So it's already done now. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, two, three, four, five, six. I think it was already in a good place. As you can see the line over here. So just G to grab x-axis and just try to make it align with the axis. And yes, now it's good. So we are just going to scale, and to scale only on x-axis we are going to press X, and this is how we'll be able to do so. So I will, this much is enough. As you can see here, it is cutting out. Just for now, ignore the mirrors, and yes, it is looking good. So we can finalize it. Now just click on it, go to the image, and only axis aligned. So right now you are able to see it, but I'm just removing it, and it will also be removed. So when I'll click on one to toggle it into the front view, that is the only time when I'll be able to say it only by checking on to the only axis aligned. So this is done. Talking about the opacity, I can decrease its opacity to this much. I mean 0.6 is enough. Alright. So now go to the 3 side view, and here you are with the cube. Just scale it on the y-axis for now, and you can see over here that this is the image we are going to take reference of when we are talking about the side one. So we are just going to click onto the reference, G to grab, and Z to move it downwards. We'll just zoom in into the car, and again we will click on G to grab, and now this is it. We are able to move it, Z to align it into the Z axis, and now we are going to move it. So this is properly aligned from this side and from this side too. I think it is getting out from this side, but let it be. Okay, so click on the cube, and click on tab to go into edit mode, and just try selecting the top ones. Now get back to the side view by clicking on 3 and move this downwards by clicking G and Z. So this is how we are able to achieve the perfect reference placing. What we are doing is just taking a cube and trying to align all the references in one place so that we don't face any problem while modeling the car. So this is the first view. You see here, when I aligned it from Z axis to here, it also aligned in this and this one also. Currently, we are done with the two sides, not talking about the back side, which is this one. We are going to just take it. Uh, yes, we were in edit mode, so we need to go back to object mode by clicking on tab, or we can also go to object mode from here. Now we will click on the reference image and G to grab Z axis to make it align with the X axis. We will just need to see whether it's properly aligned by zooming it. And now what we can do is click the image again and G to grab and move it to the X axis. Now we just need to fill it like this. So we are there with no errors for now. I guess so. I think it's good right now. There is no big deal. If we'll see any, we can just fit it out there. So the third one is also done. Now the seventh one. So this was the image we are going to take reference of as for the center. I think I didn't do for the side only. See here, the gaps. So just click on it and just see that there is a lot of gap over here. And talking about this, there is also a bit of line going out. So we'll just grab it and move it to the y-axis. By clicking shift, you can minimize the effect of it. Now, if you see here, it is aligned properly over here, but it is showing a bit more gap now also. So we'll just click on the cube and go to edit mode by clicking on tab and selecting the front face. We'll go back and then clicking on G to grab. We'll go inside by clicking Y and shift. Shift is used to minimize the effect of whatever we are doing. So this is by shift and this is without shift. So we are good to go with it. And by clicking on tab, you can get back to the object mode. Now again going to 7 like the top view. We are going to align this cube into the image properly. And I think here it is getting out. Also, this is the place from where it's getting out. So I think we need to take the image and align it into the center. So this here you see is the center and this is the center of the axis, the green line which you see, which indicates the y-axis. So we'll just click on G and now we are able to move it, G to grab, and then clicking on Y, no, x-axis, we can move it aside. I think we are good to go now. Okay, so here you see it is aligned already. But this one is getting out. I think this is getting too much out, but this is not. So I'll move it a bit more towards x-axis. And by this, I'll click on the object and scale it on x-axis by clicking shift. So yes, we are done with it right now. You see here, it's gap over there, but it is not gap over here, any of the place. I mean, you see, right now also it's getting out. So there is a problem with these blueprints always, and I guess it can't be solved. I think it can be. So we're just going to go to the first one, and again we are going to align this by clicking on scale and x-axis, shift and align it over here. Back to the place where it already was. Now go on to 7 and you see the gaps. So instead of editing the object or the cube, I am going to edit this blueprint. So what I'm going to check is whether can I scale it or not. So I can scale it and by clicking on X, no, Y, I can, no, X, I can scale it to the level I want it to be. So it was this much already. Now I'll go closer to the place like this and see whether there is the same gap. Yes, there is. Now again, select this image and we are going to just scale it by clicking X. And now it will be only scaled on x-axis and now we are good to go. So we are done with it. I mean this. Now what you can do is select this one and only this. Now go to this view and select it and only this. Reduce its opacity to zero point 0.6 or something. And this you like go to one, its opacity is already reduced. Talking about it, zero point 0.6 and only access. Yeah, this one is left now. Opacity to zero point 0.6 and only aligned to axle. So this is also done. Now what we are going to do is we are going to make these references permanent to the place where they are and we are going to make them uneditable. So just select them by left click and just make a box and leave it. Then shift to select others. Then these are the four. Click M to merge and in new collection we can name it as reference. So we are going to save it over here. What we are going to do is add a filter of this one that is selectable. So they are already selectable, but we are going to just switch off it. So right now we can't access them, but the time when we switch it on, we can access them. But for now, we are going to put it off just because we are done with it. Now what we are going to do is this was the cube which we used. Now just delete it. X to delete and delete. So go back to the what we say is orthographic projection, and these are the one which with we are left. So this is the front one. Click 3 on numpad. This is the side. Click 7 on numpad for the top view and click Control 1 numpad for the back view. Now we are over here and what we are going to do is you see the cursor over here. So this cursor is the place where all the meshes and the substances we are going to add will approach here only. So what we are going to add is a plane by clicking on Shift A mesh. We'll add a plane. So this is the plane we are there with. Now what we are going to do is we are going to click on it and just wait for a while. I think we are good to go now. Okay, so here you see it is aligned already. Okay, so I just want to change some of the changes which I made earlier. So this is the plane we are there with, and we'll just select it and click on X. Mean not X, but we'll go into edit mode by clicking on tab, or either you can go from here to edit mode. Now click on X, and you'll be there with a lots of options. But I think if you are there with just only these few of them and you want all of these to appear there, what you can do is go to the edit mode, preferences, and you can just switch on the tool which is extra curve objects if you are not aware of it. And if you are not able to see it here, get extensions is the place where you can search for it and after installing it, You will be able to see it in add-on, and after searching it, just click on it. So we are going to continue. What we are going to do is there are the four edges in this plane. So what we are going to do is we are going to collapse the edges and face, and it will be turned into this single one. So by grabbing it by G, you can see it, this is over here. So we'll go back into the first view, and what we are going to do is we are going to model it now. So before we start modeling it, I want to make a reference image for that, and we'll go into this option over here, and there are many of the places we can just access it as. So we are going to go into image editor, and this is the place where we'll be able to see the image. Scroll down, go to open, and here are some of the reference images which I took out before just starting the project. And because we are going to start with the bonnet part first, I'm going to see for the references which gives good idea of how this is looking like. So this was the one which I'm going to use as the bonnet part, and we are going to use another one also. So this is for the front one, and we use another one, and it is this one. So here we can see properly the linings of the cars which are going through it. See, there are two lines in the blueprints. So I think we are good to go. So this is the place where we are going to start from. You see over here, this is the lining. I mean, I'm not able to see it properly, but this is the lining I'm talking about, which is going from here to here. If there is any other reference I can show. Mhm, mhm. Yes, I think you are able to see it properly over here that this is the lining which I'm talking about, and this is the lining which is out. So the lines which you all see over here are not only the lines which divide the parts of the car, but also the lines which play the role as curves. So this curve you see over here is this lining, and the curve which you see onto the bonnet, there are two curves straight going parallel to the bonnet. These are those curves. So this is how we are going to take reference of it. But this is a modified car, so instead of this, we are going to take more reference of this one. This I'm using is just to analyze whether which of the line is for which one. So we're just going to start from here. You saw over here, I just collapsed the plane into the vertex. And now I'm going to press on G, I mean by selecting, and I'm going to take it to this place. Here you see is the vertex, which is playing the role as if it's over here. And you see here the edge tool. Where is it? Yes, extrude region. So this is the tool we are going to use it. You can see that we can access it by clicking E. So we are just going to take its advantage by using the shortcut E, and now clicking on E, you can extrude it towards the any direction you want. So we want it to be here. So we are going to put it here only. So this is how you're going to like click on E to extrude, then take it away the distance you want it to be, then click left, then again extrude by E, and again click E. Then just repeat the process. So this is what you are there with. I mean, but this is not what we really want. Now we are going to toggle into the top view. So here you see this are the lines which I was talking about, and we are just going to move them forward by grabbing it and clicking Y. Just make sure it's aligned properly to the lines. Are we able to see it from this place? Okay, so it needs to be a bit above, and it is good. Just deselect the top one by clicking Control and making a box. So the top one is deselected right now, and the rest is what we are left with. Although you can use shortcut like click G, move, and then click Y to move it further, and left click. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to use this tool to move. What it do is the selected part is mentioned by this one, these directions. All these three directions are the place where we can move it. But right now, because we want them to move the front one, so we are going to use the Y one. So again, just select all of them and keep on moving them ahead. And those which you don't want to move, just deselect them. Although it is not aligned properly to the line which you are able to see here, but we will just clear it. Control box and then this the last one. So you can see here we got the curve, but this is not properly aligned to what we really wanted. You see over here, just move it outside and this, and make sure all the dots are passing through the lining of the blueprint. So this is how we are going to just do it, and you see where there with the lining of the bonnet, the side lining. Now click on 3, and here you see the problem, that the main problem is the 3, the like the side of the car. So what we're going to do is, because it's blurry, so I'm not able to analyze or observe that where this dot is to be placed. So what I'm going to do is just select all of them, and leaving the 2, we can move it downward. So it's great right now. I think it is there with the curve, and I don't see a major problem because when we go to control 1, this is this, and we're able to see that the bonnet is over inside as compared to this much. So this one is inside than this, and it is aligning with the first one, third one. Just try to make the curves smooth, and that is all which is required. And in the first one, it's good. The seventh one is the perfect. Hope so. But you see here in the third one, it is a bit messy over. I think it needs to be a bit down. We are just going to select it and click on H to hide so as to see where this line is. Now to unhide it, press Alt H. So because I'm able to know where it's going, it is more easier for me to set it up. But it's not over there because in 7, it is in its best position for now. I think the lining which I'm seeing over here is the lining which is on this. And this is the curve on the bonnet which is going inside. So I think so that bonnet is not starting from here, but from here. So if you want it to move into the straight line where it already was, so just click double G and now you can move it straight to the place. So just keep it over here because this is the curve which I'm able to. And yes, this was the one which I just move it a bit. So here you are able to see the proper flow of the curve. Just this one is a bit more. Yes, I guess it's good now. So now what we're going to do is go to the 7 and we are going to select all of them either by this or what you can do is click A to select all of them and Alt A to deselect. So we are going to just select all of them by A and we're going to go into modifiers and in add modifier we are going to generate a mirror. Why is this so? Because we can detect this thing that this car is the mirror image of this one. Like this part of the car is mirror image of this part of the car. So whatever we do over this side, it is going to mirror and like it is going to be same in this side. So we are going to use this modifier named mirror to just make it a bit easier for us to minimize the time it really takes to make a whole car. So right now, whatever I am doing over here, you see this is the mirrored part. So whatever I do over here is going to be the same thing. So currently here what we are with this and this is the center part. So I'm just going to take it and extrude it till the end. So you see here it is crossing each other. So just going to click over here and we are going to just switch on the clipping method like the switch on the clipping tool. So now press on G and when we move it, it is aligning in the center. So we are just going to place it in the right place and you see here it's a straight line. But what we want is a curve over there. So to do this, what we can do is add the vertices in between. So we can also do it in the same way how we're doing this. But what we can do is just extrude it till the end and in between you can introduce new vertices by clicking on Control R. And if you are not able to be familiar with it, this is the loop tool which I'm Control R. So you can just Control R and this over here you see is the vertices. But if you scroll on your mouse, you see the number of vertices increase and decrease. So you can keep as much as vertices you want there to be, but to be precise, I don't know how much vertices are there required, and we can just analyze them by seeing what is the number of vertices required on its opposite side. Because what we do in modeling is always keep the topology as clean as possible. So we are just going to extrude it over and again. And what we are going to do is we are going to add one over here and left click. So you see we got it. Just click on G and take it to the end. Now, which one is the end? This one or this one? Let's see. So you see here, this is the lining which is going on and this is not included in the headlight. This part you see here, this one is included as the headlight. Over here also you can see the lining going onto the bonnet. So this is that bonnet part and not the headlight. But this inner side is the headlight part. So we're just going to press on G to grab it and move it to the edge of this headlight. So because it's going over here also, we're going to press Ctrl R and add a new vertices. Then we are going to move it over there to make it a bit in its shape. So yes, click G to grab and here you can see you are there with it. So here we are going to add two of them by clicking Ctrl R again and scrolling one time. We can get there with it. So here we are there. Just see one of them if it's aligned. Control box deselected and then start over aligning the other one. You see here it is not over there properly. So what you see here is there are one, two, three, four edges in it. And I think it is already good. So what we can do is for now add four edges here by controlling R and scroll it three times, click left. Then you can just manage to keep them in the shape of the curve, control box, and it will be deselected. Then you see here it is also this is also done, and this one is also done, and this one. So we're just going to adjust it, even if the blueprint doesn't seems to be like this. We should be doing it to make it a little bit curvy, to not make it look like it's awkward. Although you see here the line is going over here, but I can't do this, otherwise the curve which is going in flow is not going in flow. So I'll need to just do what it was already. Okay, so we are there with the overall art or outlining of the bonnet. And this is what it is like. So we're just going to go into the front view. We are going to select these, and you see over here, this is a straight line. We are going to put it over this because this headlight is going ahead, but it is cutted by this much. You see it, right? So just try to align it properly and try to give it a bit of curve too. So I think it is looking good and it is curvy. So from the top view, this is how it is looking. So what we can do right now is we can fill the gaps just the way they were to be. So to do that, we are going to select the top one. And you see here, there is no curve in this place over here, but just this one and this one. So these two are the curves which we need to make into the bonnet. But for now, we are just going to uh, select these four vertices and press E, extrude it, the way we were extruding the vertices. Extrude it in the way so that it doesn't seem like it is stretched. You cannot do like this because the topology becomes the worst. So we are just trying to keep it as normal as it should be. So this much is good, I guess. Okay. Then again extrude it and then right click it. I mean left click, extrude, left click, extrude, left click, extrude, left click. And now what we can do is there are two things. One is to just take this and take this by shift click. So these both are selected and fill it. And we can do, I mean, not this one, sorry. And just take this one first, then shift click to select both of them. And now we can fill the line, make a new edge by clicking on F. So click these both by clicking shift with them and F to fill. But what is a surprising thing which we can do is you just select all these, shift, shift, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now this is a line where we see there is a bridge over here. So now just deselect this one. So you see here there are three lines. There are three lines over there. So what we can do is just select all these which really makes the bridge and press right click. So there is a loop tool named bridge. Okay, so it is messed up because I didn't choose it like in a series. Okay, so now we are going to right click and I don't know why it's happening like this because it's not meant to be like this. So we'll just leave it and do the thing which I was already doing. That is this one. I mean, just select this by left click, then select this by shift left click, and then fill. So do the same thing in and again. So just make new edges over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to just delete it by clicking X and delete the vertices. This looks a bit of weird. So we're just going to select it and move it towards this direction. And we're going to just, I guess we can join it. Yes. So for joining it, you just click on this, click on the second one and click M to merge. When we are in object mode, we can just make a new collection by clicking M. But when we are in edit mode, just select them M and there are a lots of things you can do by these of vertices. So we are going to merge them at last. So the one which we selected at last is the place where it is going to join itself. But you see over here, there is this problem. Just double click G to make it. So this will be connected to this to this to this, but we don't have for them. So likewise, we are going to just select all of them and double click to G and backward. And we can click on Control R to make a new loop, as I told you in this one. Yes, loop cut. We can click on Control R and a new loop cut will be added. So this can be joined this, this to this to this one. So just try to make it look straight. So you see here it's going like this and like this and like this is not what is required right now. So we are just going to select this one and shift, select this one, fill it. Now control R and this here see here is a loop cut. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 loop cuts needed to be over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. So they will be in their place, but what we need to move is these ones. Okay, so shift S and cursor to selected. So the 3D cursor will be here. And what we can do is transform pivot point, go to 3D cursor. So now when we will rotate it, I mean not this one, but yeah, from here to control this, it is also going to rotate on this direction. I mean, it will rotate on its perspective now. Now G to grab and make it a bit of exact into the line. We are just going to align them properly. And to make it back to its origin, the 3D cursor, just click on Shift S the way I moved it here and go to cursor to world. Now the cursor will be added to the origin. So just do what I was doing right now. Save this. So right now it's looking good, but yes, when I'll show you the reality, it won't be as good as it might look right now. Just select all of them. So we are here. Click double G and move it a bit downward. So what we are doing is we are aligning from this point to this point and this point to this point and this point to this point. Like we are making straight lines, which might include a curve. So we're just going to fill the line. So what we can do is from here to select this line, we can just go to the end control, click and fill it. Now just deselect this part and continuously click F, F, F. So we are there with it. And just click them and move it a bit onto this side. So yes, it is looking good right now. But one major problem with the over here is, I think it's not any big deal for now. Just we are going to continue doing what we would, and we are there with it. So your main goal is just to make proper pure curves. And now here, you see there are five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vertices. And if you think of it, that just click on this and select all of them and just press F. So I think so this isn't gonna work. It might look good, but it is not. Just control Z and go back. So let it be just right now like this, how it is. We'll just solve the problem later. Just double G and move inside. So what you can do is to move it over there without like in the same slope it is coming out from, just double G, go back and click on C to make it move forward. G and okay, so this is the line which you are going to mention. So I think it is looking good now. Now we can just take it and fill this gap also and just remove this one and fill. What we are going to do is just select all of these and fill. Remove this and F. So this is what we are there with. But yes, as I was just talking about it, it might look good over there, but you know the reality. This is 3D man, and we are going to fix it over here. What we are going to do is just go into the first one. First of all, just select these both. Or what we can do is just select these both, shift S, and keep it clicked. Then go to the cursor to selected, and you know it will be into the center of it. So it will react from here to here, I guess so. So just take it and take it. I mean this, and this. So just basically going to select all of them. Okay, so this is what we are there with. We have the same as earlier. We're just going to rotate it downward, not like this, wait. We are just going to rotate it, but only on x-axis. I think so that it is in a good shape for now, although it is not. So just click S, Shift S, and put the cursor back to its origin, world origin, and deselect all of them. Go to the first one. Now you can see that there is a slant. Only the thing which we are left with is to make it align with this one. To see over here. So this is already aligned, right? And these are the edges which are making hindrance. So what we are going to do is Alt click on this one. So the edges or the vertices will be selected. Alt left click and Shift Alt left click and Shift Alt left click. Just deselected by Control box and H to hide. We are left with those which we really want to settle down. So see over here, just select it. Go to the side view. You can see the thing. And now just try to move it. Where is that? Why is it not? Okay, so I'm sorry. Median point, right? It was locating it, but actually I needed just reverse what I changed. So just now move it to the Z axis and you see this, just align it with it. Now select this and try aligning also mean select this, go back and try to align this one also. Now you see here, just go back, select it, put 3 and here we are. Now we just need to repeat the process and it is a bit taking shape but not fully. We'll just need to do this, control box and go back to the side view and just make this also higher. Okay, so we are here with it. But you see here, it is not plain. Like you see, it is curve over here. So we can just do it by going to the first one. What we can do is select it and move it up to this line. So just we are going to press on Alt H to unhide all those vertices. Now they are not the big deal to us. Just the thing we need to do is properly align them over here. This and this also and make it bit downward. I think it is good. But just this line is making messed up thing. We're just going to go to the first view. I think they are too upward. I'm not able to recognize whether what should be the height of the bonnet. I think I'll need to first of all look upon this, how I can fix this one. Okay, just click onto this and fill it. Yes, and try to fill this one also. We are done with it. What is this? I think there's a problem. We need to delete the face. Oh no, only face. So X and only face. X and only face. Now just go to the vertex mode in this. So to go here, just click 1, 2, or 3. Not in the numpad, but the place where it is on the top one. So just go to the one and just select these all and fill it. I don't know what it is. Okay, so I'm going to do Control Z and fill it again. What the problem is this? Okay, I think it's what do we say is normal here. Face orientation is flipped off. If we see here, click on face orientation. I need to select all of them. Oh my god, I was wrong. The face orientation of this was correct, but all of these were wrong. So I need to just press A to select all of them and click on Shift N to recalculate. And even if it is not recalculated, just go to this, click on Inside, and it will be done. So we are there with it. So now it is looking good. We can just fill up these one, remove this by Control, select box and F to fill. Now what we are left with is Just trying to solve this. I mean, don't know how I just you can just go into wireframe mode by clicking here, or what you can do is just click on Shift Z. Just take it and move it upward. I guess so it will be good. Oh, what you can do is Alt S and move it a bit up and Shift to lower its effect. I think it's good, but it's not. I don't know why it's making hindrance, but I think they all need to get back into Alt Shift S. And yes, it is looking better, much better now. Just move it downward. This all. So now what we need to do is to just align them properly. I think I made a mess. Alright, going back by Control Z, and it is not looking bad. The bonnet you see from here in this direction and this. So just go back to the object mode, right click and shift smooth. Here you see earlier it was like this, but now clicking on shade mode make it more and more, you can say, cleaned up. You just click on one and let's see whether it's good. Here it is a bit of awkward kind. Go back to the tab, I mean edit mode, and try to settle it down. I think that's good now. But you can see kind of bump over here. Wait, go to this viewport shading and matte cap. Click on this one or this. So you see over here there is a lot of wrong reflection. The reflection isn't smooth and we are able to see a lot of bumps. Let's just ignore it for now because currently I haven't added the modifier of subdivision. So I'm going to add it by generate subdivision surface of 2. And I think it should be good, but what is it? It is not looking good at all, just because it's not smooth and I get to know it. Okay, so just turn this face orientation mode off and go back to the tab mode. And now I get it why this problem is here. Just because I overdid it, which is not meant to be the way it is. You see here, it is looking over. Just trying to manage. Just click on Shift Z to make it into wireframe mode and wait for a while. Getting out so that it is resolved. So now what we need to do is to just align them properly. Okay, so I'm back. We are going to continue. So you see over here, the lines are not perfect. I mean, just go to this, go back to this. And this, you see, this is the real version of it. This is what we made in the tone. Like, just donuts or not donuts. Just select it and move it a little downward. Just select this also downward. I mean, we just doing it a lot. I just, I'm going to move this out. So just I'm going to repeat. Okay, so we are done with it. This okay, so this is what I guess we were really searching for, and right now you can see it is smooth. The problem we see here, this you see, the lining over it is not looking good at all. So just select it and move it a bit of downward. Just to see, this should be downward. And yes, it's good. Go back to tab, and this is smooth right now. I'm just seeing the problem that there is a bump over here. I don't know why. I think I need to select them, press it, and shift. I mean, not this, but sorry, this. From here, control click, and all will be selected in middle. Just click on this, shift, and move it a bit of upward. Move this a bit of forward. I mean, just click on it. Shift, A. I think it's good now. Not so smooth. I'm really able to check it out. And it's so bumpy, like it's two down and two up here. But you see here, it's just so smooth. It is like really so smooth. I think it needs to be properly seen. Where's that car? I need to show you that one. Yes, this one. You see over here, I think it started to look, uh, started to give a proper look to it. But just as I was talking about the alignment, you see here, this line should be a bit of more good curve. So just double click G and move it the way you want to just make sure it is looking straight curve. I guess this needs to be in center of it, and this needs to be like Okay, so this is the last one, and here we are good to go with it, I guess. You see the bonnet is looking a bit good now, but this curve is not observed in it here. It needs to be looked out right. Otherwise, it will be a big mess. I just need to make you understand that this is not how it is right now. This is not the way. You just select them, click on this one, shift, oh, click on this one and shift, make it a bit downward, then click on this one and shift, and then click on this and shift, adjust it properly, and then this one is going to be adjusted more properly, and this needs to be down a bit more. And you see now the curve is proper in the proper way how it should be. Now just these linings are needed to be given. I think it's looking good right now. Just seeing the reflection whether it's looking good or not. You see, for now it is a bit good, but right now also this place is a bit bumpy, and this is smooth, and this is bump. If this is bump one, we want this, right? You see here it's more lightning, but here it is a bit up, and here, I mean, there is a lot of problem in it. You see here it should be downwards. Okay, so just move it a bit. And now when you will see it, I think it's a bit released or decreased. I mean, right now also it is not smooth. Make it move downward. And now if you see over here, it is giving a bit of smooth reflection. But right now also there is a lot of problem. I think I need to figure it out. There are a lot of bumps, like it's not smooth at all. See over this line also. I mean this line. So it needs to be like alt click. This line needs to be a bit up. I mean not that much, but to an extent where it looks smooth. So this is also not looking good at all. I think I need to figure out, select them. So it is all about reflection. I mean, there are a lot of problems I'm seeing over here right now. Okay, so this one is also there. I'll need to figure it out properly. This problem is over there, but more I zoom, it's not visible properly. I think I need to change. Okay, so this is the light, and the lightning is going smoothly. The shape is also good. So let's see whether it's matching it or not. Let's see the normals. It is also looking perfect, but just the smoothness which I want, I'm not able to take it. By the way, the modeling is done, the part which was to be done today. And I think tomorrow we'll be continuing with this part, the side part. So this was the day one, and tomorrow only I'll just do this. What you say is like curves onto the bonnet. So thanks for watching till here. If you really did, I'll be meeting you in the stream. Till then, goodbye.